All right, let's do a handy May 23rd update. Um, I ran home from lunch just to see what the if the rains helped because we got rain last night. So I'm hoping to see. I was hoping to come home from lunch and kind of see a couple things sprouting up through. Because I don't think this garden's doing too well this year. I don't know. It might be too early. Everyone says it's kind of the weather here is retarded, but at the same time, a lot of the seeds I'd got didn't come up like I thought they did. So I don't know if I'm just not being patient enough for it, or if maybe they're just my seeds froze, my seedlings froze and they're not coming up, or if they're just bad seeds, or maybe it is the weather, whatever. Some things aren't growing, some things are. I'll tell you what, if I was a weed farmer, business would be a booming. Um, I got lazy, didn't put down the newspaper, and then cover it with wood chips. I just threw the wood chips down. I figured 4 to 6 inches should, for the most part, kill everything off. Yeah, it didn't. I got so many weeds everywhere. So now I don't even know what a weed is and what a plant is that I actually put in the ground. Some of them I could tell, some of them I can't. So I'm just letting it all go. Who cares? And then in my last video, I said I wasn't going to get wood chips again. I'd use leaves. But with the amount of weeds that I do have, screw it. I'll just put newspaper down and put another layer of wood chips down. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Plus leaves. See, we'll throw it all in there. But the greatest thing ever is what's coming up in my boxes right now. See if I can get down here. I've got pumpkins coming up everywhere. So last year's pumpkins, I threw them in here, full pumpkins, and then chopped them up with my spade. And I was kind of wondering if that was a smart idea last year, because I figured, like, well, what if some of the seeds make it and they actually sprout up? And then I figured, nah, they're not going to withstand the frost. There's no way. And so I just left them. Well, apparently they lasted. And I've got so many pumpkins coming up everywhere. So I'm not going to pull any. I'm gonna let everything grow. So whatever's growing is going to grow. I just want to see where this goes. So pretty awesome. Got kale growing. Just wee little lads. Where I can't even see because I'm too lazy to get down. My bean bed, or my bean row, one of my bean rows. So yeah, it looks weird because there's some growing there, there's nothing, and then it picks back up down the middle row. That is because the birds were in there digging and I found my beans pulled up. So I don't know if I got them back in the ground, if you can do that, if you can't, if they're bad, whatever. But there is supposed to be carrots growing on the outside here. I mean, there's some coming up, and there's some not. This is definitely an interesting. Oh, look, there's another pumpkin. See, pumpkins are everywhere. At least I'm assuming they're pumpkins. That's the only thing I could think they could be. They look like them. They're in the boxes where they should be, so they got to be pumpkins. So I'm gonna let them grow. They were hybrid seeds last year, hybrid pumpkins. So I don't even know if I'll get any pumpkins off of them or if they'll just vine out and that's it. Either way, it'll give me enough green stuff. I'll chop it up and compost it and let it work its magic. Yeah, but nothing's really growing for me. I mean, I've got some things sprouting here and there. I've kind of got, you know, this is my bed of bell peppers. Nothing's happening. One thing that is happening is the gnats are everywhere. So I transplanted a couple tomatoes. One there, and there's one there, and one there. Cherry tomato. Oh yeah, the ones I just showed you, those are heritage. These are cherry. No, that's a beefsteak. No, that is a cherry. That's a cherry. And then got a beefsteak. And that's it. So those are the ones I transplanted. My onions. I got 2 rows of onions that seem to be doing fairly well. planted them as bulbs, so they're taking off. I tried throwing seeds in the ground, but then it got really cold, so I don't know if the frost killed them off or not. And then on the back side of each of them boxes, I transplanted cucumbers, but they're done. They're not done, but they're not doing anything. Almost looks like they're dying off. So I guess the shock just is too much for them to handle. I've transplanted a couple other things here and there, but not too much is happening. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of green on the ground. Yeah, it's all weeds for the most part. There's probably a couple things hiding in there. And I did plant some Swiss chard. That came up fast and nice. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens the rest of this year. Maybe I'm just not being patient enough. Who knows? Well, how long ago was Mother's Day? 2 weeks ago? So I'd imagine things should start coming up. I don't know. It has been a little chilly, so maybe just everything's kind of slow growing this year. And we'll see what happens. But I always thought that the wood chips would kind of insulate it from the snow and from the heat and, you know, whatever. Be like the fix-all solution. Oh well. I'm not going to worry too much. I'll just keep it growing and hopefully get another update up later on, probably in another month, and hopefully I'll have more things growing, because nothing is sprouting anywhere. The transplants all look good, like they're surviving, but they're just there. And then this guy, my grapevine, I think it's dying off. I kind of peeled back a little bark to see if it was still green, and it was. But I thought last year by this time I started seeing some action. So here's where my corn and another row of beans is. The beans are coming up here, but I'm not seeing any corn yet, so I don't know. Maybe I should just be more patient. Although I do have a zucchini that came up. So it's kind of weird. Some things are coming up, some things are not. Some things are coming up later than others. And then, I don't know if you can see over the fence or not. Well, underneath my shadow, there she is. Planted 2 pumpkins there. Fenced them off so the dogs wouldn't pee on them. But as you saw, the fence wasn't very big, so I'm pretty sure they're still peeing on them, if at all. So they're not dying. They survived a lot. But at the same time, they're also not growing. Oh yeah, look at that. Somebody needs to get the lawnmower out. Freaking hideous bastard of a backyard. I don't know. That's where we're at. Everything's still looking forward to what comes up. Maybe I'll just have nothing but beans this year. I'll just eat a bunch of beans, spinach, and lettuce. And then those 3 little dinky tomato plants, or 5 little dinky tomato plants that I got growing. But there are a bunch of mushrooms coming up, so I guess maybe I should do some research. Maybe I can start eating these mushrooms. Yeah, and then get sick and fall over. I don't know. There's my garden. Better luck next time, I guess. Or just be patient. Whatever. Bye.